Hi Daniel, I have got hotpoint fsfl1810G. My freezer door was left open yesterday and after that it is not cold anymore, both fridge and freezer. Can I do something to fix it myself?
Hi, I'm Daniel. Welcome to Just Answer. I'm reviewing your question now and will post back with your reply momentarily. Are the lights at the top flashing?
Sometimes flashing and sometimes not flashing. I did switch it on and off many times and it does not always flash, sometimes constant light.
Okay, if it's flashing now, then you need to open the fridge door and turn the freezer dial to off. Wait a few seconds, then turn it back on and this will reset the flashing lights. But as to the fault, what you need to do is empty the freezer and from there remove the back panel inside the freezer. There you will see the fan inside the back panel. You need to make sure all the ice is cleared from there. Then behind the panel, make sure all the ice is cleared if it's frosted up. Once clear, refit the panel and turn it back on and that should sort the fault from there. As what happens is when the door is left open, the warm air enters the freezer and mixes with the cold air, which then creates moisture. This gets all over the fan and stops it from running. So once it's cleared, that should sort it from there.
Thank you. Try this and if it doesn't work, I will return back and let you know.
No worries, that's fine.
One more thing, both the fridge and freezer are not working, thus do I need to remove the back panels of both or only freezer?
Only the freezer, as that's where all the cooling is done. The fridge is just an empty box. The fan in the freezer blows the cold air into the fridge.
Hi Daniel, there is no ice in the fan, and the fan doesn't run. I have just put it back in its place, but not yet screwed back.
Okay, try this and see what happens. Open the fridge door and look at the controls at the top. Turn both fridge and freezer dials to off. Then press and hold the fast freeze button for several seconds till it beeps and the lights come on at the top. Now it will run a test cycle for a few minutes. Leave it and after about 30 seconds or so the fan should kick in. See if the fan runs from there in test mode. Once it's finished the test, it will beep and turn off. Then just turn both dials back on from there. Let me know what happens during the test.
Now I hear the fan is running slowly and a little air is coming in freezer. However, there is no air in fridge.
I assume the panel is fitted back again? If so and Therese no air, then the vent is blocked. There's two vents in there, one at the top which the back panel pushes into. Then Therese one behind the evaporator. To access this you need to pull the polystyrene cover off. Then from there you will see the evaporator. At the bottom of this in the middle at the back is the other vent. Feel in there and check Therese, nothing blocking it up in there.
I have checked both vents and nothing blocked them. But when I connect it back again I had to restart the test run again. Still there is no air in the fridge. And it is so silent now.
If the fan is running and the vents are clear, then you should feel air coming out the vents inside the fridge. I assume the back panel is fitted back into place, is it, and the freezer door is closed? If it is but Therese still no air, then it's looking like the damper thermostat inside the fridge is opening up to allow the air to pass through. But it's very rare for these to fail, as I think I've only replaced about 5 that I can think of. That's how often they fail. To check the damper, what you need to do is empty the fridge and remove the back panel in there. Once that's off, you will see the vent at the back at the bottom where the air comes from the freezer. Run the test cycle again, feel that vent and see if you feel air. If you do, then it's looking like the fridge damper is the fault here.
Sorry, it took time for me to remove and see the back panel of fridge. There is a little air in the vent. Thus I have put back it on and turned on the fridge now. I will see it tomorrow morning, as it's late now, and will write to you. Thank you.
Okay, just see what it's like in the morning and let me know.
Good morning, Daniel. It was working fine in the morning. However, when I switched it off and on again, it didn't start. Thus I had to go through the test run again, and in third time if the test run only it worked. Will that problem remains every time when I switch it off? I will be away from home for some hours, thus I'll see it on my return.
When you switch it off and on again, it doesn't start up straight away. It can take 15 minutes for it to start. Was there a reason you turned it off? If you just leave it on all the time, it should be fine.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit justanswer.com/YTHI.